What's up, guys? I wanted to share with you my top 6 tips, that's kind of a tongue twister, for new lure makers. Check it out.
Number 1, if you started down this road to make money, look somewhere else. It takes a long time to make a profit. It takes a long time to build a clientele. So if you're into it right away thinking, hey, I'm going to just sell a bunch of baits and become rich, it's not going to happen. Can people make money doing it? Yes, but it's long term. It's not short term. Sure, you can get some sales, but all of your dollars that you make right away are going to go right back into what you're doing. And eventually it's going to get to the point where you make enough money that the government's going to want you to file for taxes, and then you pay your excise tax, your local state tax, all of that stuff. So the big picture, can it be done? Yes. But if you're doing it to make money, it's going to be tough for 2, 3, 4 years before you can really turn things around.
Tip number 2, your airbrush and compressor. Your compressor, you can get something basic off of Amazon, off of Harbor Freight, $70, $80, $90, and have a nice little compressor to work. Eventually, you'll upgrade to something bigger like that. But to start, it's totally fine. For 2.5 years, I had just a small compressor from Harbor Freight, and it worked fine.
The airbrush, that's a totally different story. A lot of people always ask, and I see it all over the place, and a lot of the Facebook groups and stuff like that, hey, would this one from Amazon be okay? It's a $30 airbrush. With an airbrush, you get what you pay for. Anything under $100 is all pretty much going to be about the same. Once you get to $100 and $150, that's where you see a big difference in quality. And you need a quality tool to do your work. So I personally use Iwata. I have an Eclipse HPCS. It's about $159 or $149 from Hobby Lobby, or you can find them on Amazon for right around that price as well. To me, it's worked great. I did not go cheap. You don't need to go more expensive than that either, but I did not go cheap on an airbrush to start. There's tons of other brands of airbrushes, so don't be afraid to do a lot of research. I know a lot of people that use Badger. There's a Master airbrush. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, but do a little bit of research, figure out what works best for you, and don't necessarily buy the cheapest one, because eventually down the road, if you do this more and more and you love doing this and you're making money, you're going to have to buy something in that $100 to $150 range anyways. So why not save enough money right away and just get something good right off the bat? 4, remember your resources. There's tons of people on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, tons of groups all over Facebook about lure painting and airbrushing. There's tons of stuff on YouTube to show you how to paint lures, how to clear coat, how to do basically everything. So use those resources. Tip number 5. Once you start making a little bit of money that you're putting back into your business, buy in bulk. Everything you can buy in bulk is a lot cheaper. Don't throw an order out there. Don't go to sugartick.com and order, 10 lures, because then you're going to wind up paying shipping on those 10 lures, which is like $4 or $5, and now you've just wasted money. And then a week later, put in another order. Save the money as much as you can. Buy a big order from wherever you're getting your blanks. There's tons of resources out there, but place a big order. That way you're paying shipping once. Or if the bigger order is big enough, then you don't pay shipping at all. So buy in bulk. Buy your hooks in bulk. Use quality hooks, but buy your hooks in bulk. I buy mine by the 1,000. It's way cheaper to buy them by the 1,000 than it is to buy them by 100 pack or 25 pack or whatever it is. Split rings, I buy them by the 1,000. Way cheaper than buying a 100 pack. So save your money as much as you can, and then buy as much as you can in bulk. Tip number 6. I could go on and on with many tips, but I'm just throwing 6 of them out there. Tip number 6. Nothing is off limits. And what I mean by that is, obviously, you can use your airbrush. You can hand paint. You can use spray cans. You can use paint markers, stencils. Make your own stencils. Buy stencils. Nothing is off limits. But I caution you, don't straight up start copying other people's work, because that's when you're going to make enemies. They're not going to be happy if you're stealing the exact idea that they came up with. So be very cautious of that. You can use them as inspiration on colors or patterns or whatever it is, but make it your own. And if you do post something out there that winds up being close to somebody else's, make sure to give them credit. Or give them a heads up in a message. Hey, I painted this. I didn't realize it was going to be, so close to yours. I'm going to post it and give you credit. Are you cool with that? So lure makers are typically a good community that are willing to help each other out. But you've got to be respectful of that piece of it too. So nothing's off limits. Your creativity and what's in here is the only thing that's going to hold you back. And if you don't practice. The more you use your airbrush, the more paint you sling, the better you're going to get. So again, I could go on and on, but here's 6 of them for you. You guys have a good day.